The city of Kiwana was alive, pulsating with colors, beats, and whispers of dreams. Neon lights flickered across graffiti-stained walls, while the scent of roasted corn and fresh paint mingled in the warm evening air. On the rooftop of an abandoned building, Taye, a graffiti artist with deep bronze skin and dreadlocks splashed with paint, leaned over the edge, staring at the horizon. His eyes never rested on the crowd below. They were always searching, scanning, longing. Tonight was different. A mysterious message had arrived earlier. Find the rhythm before the city loses its heartbeat. No sender. No clue. Only the thrill of a challenge that promised danger and revelation. Nearby, Zola, a calm music producer with light bronze skin and curls threaded with colorful beads, adjusted her headphones. She had a sixth sense about the city's pulse and the secrets it held. She didn't know why, but she felt tonight something was about to shift. An energy she had never felt before. From the streets below, laughter and chatter echoed as Kaya, lively and spirited with her bright copper-toned skin, darted between alleyways, clutching a flyer that read, "The Beat of the Lost Sky. Midnight. Roof of the old library." Her eyes sparkled with curiosity. She knew she couldn't resist. Taye's hand hovered over a half-finished mural, a swirl of blues and golds that seemed almost alive. He didn't realize that tonight, every stroke he painted, every note Zola would play, and every step Kaya took, would intertwine their fates in ways they could never imagine. The hook of the night? As the first beat echoed through the city streets, a shadow moved in the distance, silent, watching, waiting. Whoever or whatever it was, it had a reason for being here. And it had chosen them. Taye tightened his grip on his spray can. Zola adjusted her mixer. Kaya took a deep breath. The night had begun. The city's heartbeat grew louder as midnight approached. Kiwana's rooftops, usually empty and silent, now hummed with unseen energy. Taye crouched over his mural, the colors on the wall reflecting the fading light. Each stroke felt electric, like the paint itself carried a message. But the closer he got to finishing, the more he sensed it. Someone was watching. Across the alley, Zola's fingers danced over her portable mixer. The beats she produced seemed to echo Taye's movements, sinking in a rhythm that felt unnatural, yet familiar. Her calm face betrayed nothing, but her deep almond eyes, directed toward the skyline, betrayed her alertness. Something big was coming, and she could feel it in her chest, a pulse that wasn't hers. Kaya arrived at the old library roof, clutching the flyer. Her copper-toned skin glowed under the neon lights, and her short coily curls bounced as she climbed the last steps. The city below looked different from up here, alive, expectant, almost whispering secrets. She paused, listening. The wind carried faint sounds of drumming, faint but insistent, calling her name. Suddenly, a shadow flickered near Taye's mural. He froze, spray can in hand, heart racing. Zola noticed the movement from across the street, her instincts screaming danger. Kaya, leaning over the railing, spotted it too. A figure slipping between rooftops, silent and deliberate. Before anyone could react, the figure disappeared into the darkness, leaving only a faint shimmer in its wake. But something remained. A small golden token dropped near Taye's feet. It wasn't just a coin. It was engraved with a symbol none of them recognized. Yet somehow, it felt familiar. The three of them, strangers until tonight, realized they were now linked by something far bigger than graffiti, music, or curiosity. And the whispering rooftops weren't done with them yet. The night had started, but the story was only beginning. The wind howled across Kiwana's rooftops, carrying faint echoes of drums and distant laughter. Taye stared at the golden token lying by his sneakers, its surface glinting under the neon lights. His sharp eyes scanned the edges of the roof, but the shadowy figure had vanished. Yet he knew one thing. This was no ordinary coincidence. From across the street, Zola's headphones vibrated with a beat that didn't exist in any track she had made. Her deep brown eyes narrowed. The rhythm was calling her, pulling her toward the token without explanation. She adjusted her mixer, trying to trace the source, but her pulse matched the city's pulse instead. Kaya, ever curious, jumped from her perch onto Taye's rooftop, landing softly beside him. Her copper-toned skin shimmered under the neon glow as she crouched to inspect the token. "What is this?" she whispered, though her voice carried an edge of excitement. Taye's hand hovered over the token. "I don't know, but someone left it here for a reason." His sharp cheekbones cast a shadow in the rooftop light, and his eyes scanned the horizon. Something was coming. Something big. The air shifted suddenly. A low hum resonated through the rooftops. Zola, now beside them, felt the vibration in her chest. The golden token pulsed faintly in Taye's hand, as if alive. The city seemed to hold its breath, the neon lights flickering in response. Before they could speak, a whisper carried on the wind. "Find the rhythm, or lose the city." Their eyes met. Each of them felt it. A connection stronger than fear, stronger than curiosity. This was bigger than paint, beats, or rooftop thrills. Somehow, their paths had collided for a purpose they didn't yet understand. And above them, somewhere in the shadows, the mysterious figure watched. Patient. Calculating. Waiting for them to take the first step into a game they could not yet see. The chase had begun. The golden token felt warm in Taye's hand, almost vibrating like it had a heartbeat of its own. The city around them seemed to lean in closer, every neon sign flickering in rhythm with the faint hum of something unseen. Taye swallowed hard, his sharp cheekbones taut with tension. Kaya leaned closer, curiosity sparkling in her eyes. "It's like it's alive, or calling us," she murmured, her voice barely above the whisper of the wind. Her copper-toned skin caught the neon reflections as she shifted, scanning every shadow. Zola adjusted her headphones again, trying to find the source of the pulsing beat that now filled her chest. It wasn't music. Not entirely. It was something deeper, almost primal. She could feel it connecting them, Taye, Kaya, and herself, to something bigger than the city itself. Suddenly, the token emitted a flash of golden light, and a holographic map projected onto the rooftop air. Lines crisscrossed the city, forming a pattern of beats, murals, and rooftops, like a secret network hidden in plain sight. The trio exchanged glances. The puzzle was clear. They had to follow the rhythm to uncover the next step. Before they could react further, a low rumble shook the building. From the shadows, a figure emerged, this time closer, almost human, almost unreal. The stranger's eyes, dark and unreadable, never met theirs, but the energy around them made the air feel heavy. "You've found the first pulse," the figure said, voice low, resonant. "But every pulse comes with a test. Are you ready to lose what you think you know?" The trio felt the weight of the words. The city seemed to whisper warnings through the wind, the distant hum of drums, and the flicker of neon lights. They had no choice. This was bigger than art, music, or curiosity. The first challenge had arrived. And somewhere, in the maze of rooftops below, shadows moved, waiting for the next heartbeat to guide them. The city's neon lights stretched like veins across Kiwana, pulsing with the same rhythm that seemed to echo from the golden token. Taye held it tightly, feeling its warmth in his palm, while Kaya bounced on the balls of her feet, restless yet focused. Zola adjusted her headphones, letting the faint beat guide her. Tonight, the city itself was their challenge. The mysterious figure led them to the edge of a series of connected rooftops. "Your first trial," the voice said, calm yet commanding, "is to follow the rhythm. Trust it. Don't break the flow, or the city will punish hesitation." Taye's almond-shaped eyes scanned the gap between two rooftops. The jump seemed impossible, but the token pulsed stronger. He exhaled, taking the leap, feeling the wind whip past him as his sneakers hit the next roof. Kaya laughed, almost gleeful, and followed, her copper-toned skin glowing under the neon. Zola moved more cautiously, letting the music guide her step, her curls bouncing slightly as she landed safely beside them. They didn't have time to celebrate. The next rooftop shimmered with faint symbols only visible in the token's glow. A narrow path twisted precariously over the city streets, lined with murals that seemed to watch them. Each step required not just balance, but attention to the hidden rhythm in the air. Taye's sharp cheekbones were set in determination. "We can do this," he whispered. Kaya's bright eyes sparkled, teasing him. "We have to." Zola's calm voice added, "Follow the pulse. Trust it." Suddenly, the rooftop beneath them vibrated violently. A panel shifted, revealing a hidden ladder leading downward into darkness. The token pulsed brighter than ever. Hesitation wasn't an option. They had to descend. The city held its breath, neon reflections dancing over their determined faces. Their first trial was only just beginning, and the rhythm of Kiwana was already testing more than their skill. It was testing their courage. The ladder groaned under their weight as Taye, Kaya, and Zola descended into the darkness. The neon glow from above faded, replaced by faint streaks of golden light emanating from the token in Taye's hand. The air was thick, carrying the scent of damp stone and something faintly metallic, like a city heartbeat hidden underground. Kaya's eyes darted around the narrow passage. "This place, it feels alive," she whispered, her voice echoing off the walls. Her short, coily curls caught the dim light as she moved closer to Taye. "Like it's watching us." Zola adjusted her headphones instinctively. Even in the silence, she could feel the rhythm. A pulse stronger and stranger than anything she had ever heard. Each beat seemed to sync with the golden token. "The city is trying to tell us something," she said, her calm tone masking a growing unease. As they reached the underground chamber, murals sprawled across the walls, glowing faintly with golden symbols. Taye's sharp eyes traced the patterns. Each line and curve seemed to tell a story, a map, and a warning all at once. One mural depicted 3 figures, each holding an object: paint, sound, and light. He realized with a jolt that the figures mirrored them. Suddenly, a low hum resonated through the chamber. The golden token pulsed in Taye's hand, projecting a path of light across the stone floor. They stepped onto it, and the chamber responded. Doors shifted, walls rearranged, and the murals seemed to move, guiding their steps. "You've made it this far," the mysterious voice echoed, now closer, unseen. "But the underground hides more than paths. It hides truths. Are you ready to face what you've been running from?" Taye, heart pounding, exchanged glances with Kaya and Zola. Each knew they were no longer playing. They were being tested. And whatever awaited them deeper inside the city's hidden veins, it would change them forever. The underground pulse beat louder. It wasn't just a trial anymore. It was the city calling them to its heart. The chamber's golden glow flickered as Taye, Kaya, and Zola stepped cautiously through the underground labyrinth. Every movement echoed, bouncing off stone walls adorned with murals that seemed almost alive. The golden token pulsed in Taye's hand, each beat guiding them deeper, but also warning them of unseen danger. Kaya's bright eyes scanned the shadows. "Something's here," she whispered, her copper-toned skin catching the faint light. Her voice trembled slightly, though her grin remained, a mix of thrill and nerves. Zola's calm composure didn't falter, but her deep almond eyes narrowed. The rhythm she felt in her chest wasn't just from the token anymore. It was a warning, a subtle, sinister pulse beneath the golden glow. Suddenly, a figure lunged from the shadows, moving faster than they could react. Taye twisted instinctively, using his mural-trained reflexes to dodge, but the figure disappeared into darkness before they could see its face. The token flared, casting the chamber in blinding light for a moment, then dimmed again. "We have to keep moving," Zola said, her voice steady despite the tension. "It's testing us, or trying to stop us." As they pressed onward, the murals began to shift, forming a story of an ancient city hidden beneath Kiwana. It spoke of guardians, keepers of rhythm, who protected secrets powerful enough to change the city itself. Taye realized they weren't just playing a game. They had stepped into a legacy, one that demanded courage, trust, and unity. Kaya's hand found Taye's. "We can do this together." The trio moved forward, each heartbeat synced with the golden token's pulse. But somewhere, in the darkest corner of the underground, the shadow watched, calculating, patient, waiting for the moment they faltered. And the deeper they went, the more they realized. The city's pulse wasn't just guiding them. It was testing them. The underground chamber grew narrower. the walls closing in as Taye, Kiwana, and Zola followed the golden pulse. Each step felt heavier, the air thick with tension and anticipation. The token in Taye's hand glimmered brighter than ever, almost as if it were alive, urging them forward. Kiwa's sharp eyes darted across the shadows. "I don't like this," she whispered, her voice low but determined. Her copper-toned skin gleamed in the token's light, highlighting the worry in her usually playful expression. "Something's coming. I can feel it." Zola, calm yet alert, touched the token lightly. As soon as she did, the golden light surged, projecting symbols onto the walls, shapes she hadn't seen before, almost like musical notes frozen in air. She traced them with her fingers, realizing they weren't random. They formed a sequence, a rhythm that could unlock the next path. Taye's sharp cheekbones shadowed under the glow as he studied the patterns. "It's showing us how to move, how to survive this." His deep almond eyes never left the walls, and the tokens seemed to respond to his focus. Suddenly, the floor beneath them vibrated. A hidden panel slid open, revealing a narrow bridge over a deep chasm, shimmering faintly with the token's glow. But just as they stepped forward, shadowy figures emerged from the walls, guardians of the pulse, their forms shifting like smoke, blocking their path. Kiwana swallowed, gripping Taye's arm. "Looks like we're not the only ones following the rhythm." Zola's fingers flew over the token, syncing her movements with the sequence on the wall. The guardians hesitated, as if recognizing the pulse. Slowly, the bridge illuminated fully, creating a safe path forward. But the warning was clear. One wrong move, and the rhythm would punish them. With hearts pounding, they stepped onto the bridge, moving as one, the token guiding their every step. The city's underground had revealed its first secret, and the pulse, the heartbeat of Kiwana, was only beginning to test them. The bridge stretched before them like a ribbon of light, suspended over a bottomless void. Each step echoed with the pulse of the golden token, vibrating through Taye's palm and into his bones. The guardians lingered at the edges, their smoky forms shifting, testing their courage. Kiwa's bright eyes narrowed, determination replacing her usual playfulness. "We've come this far. No turning back now," she said, gripping Taye's arm. Her copper-toned skin shimmered in the token's glow as she stepped forward first. Zola followed, syncing every movement to the rhythm projected by the token. Her deep almond eyes reflected both focus and fear. One misstep, one moment of hesitation, and the guardians would strike. She let the music guide her, feeling the sequence embedded in the token as if it were a language only she could understand. Taye led the trio, sharp cheekbones set in concentration. He felt the pulse grow stronger with every heartbeat. Suddenly, one guardian surged forward, attempting to block their path. Taye pivoted, narrowly avoiding its smoky appendage, his sneakers scraping the glowing bridge. The token flared, sending the guardian recoiling. Kiwana laughed, adrenaline coursing through her veins, and leaped over another guardian that lunged from the shadows. Her movements were fluid, instinctive, almost as if she and the token were dancing together. Zola projected a sequence of beats into the air, and the token responded, creating a shield of light that kept the guardians at bay. The bridge beneath them pulsed brighter with every synchronized step, guiding them closer to the exit. By the time they reached solid ground, their lungs burned and hearts raced. The guardians dissolved into shadows, retreating into the walls. Taye, Kiwana, and Zola looked at one another, realizing this trial had tested more than skill. It had tested trust, rhythm, and unity. The golden token pulsed once more, warmer and brighter than before. The underground wasn't done with them yet. The trio finally stepped into a vast underground chamber. The walls adorned with glowing murals depicting Kiwana centuries ago. Streets alive with music, dancers leaping through neon light, and murals that pulse with life. The golden token in Taye's hand shone brighter than ever, illuminating the room like a miniature sun. Kiwa's copper-toned skin glimmered in the radiant glow as she stepped forward. This is the heart of the city," she breathed, eyes wide. "All these years, it's been hiding here beneath our feet." Zola adjusted her headphones instinctively. She could feel the rhythm of the city in her chest, intertwined with the token's pulse. "It's alive," she said softly. "The city itself has a heartbeat, and it's guiding us." Taye's sharp cheekbones shadowed under the golden light. His deep almond eyes scanned the murals. Each one seemed to tell a story, a warning, and a lesson all at once. "This is more than art," he said. "It's a map, a memory, and a call to protect the city's soul." Suddenly, the token levitated slightly in Taye's hand, projecting a holographic vision of Kiwana above the chamber. Points of light flickered across rooftops, alleyways, and streets, forming a pattern, a rhythm of the city's life force. The pulse of the token synchronized with the vision, each beat revealing a secret path through the city. Kiwana stepped closer, her laughter replaced by awe. "So all the murals, the beats, the rooftops, they're connected. The city's heartbeat is a network, and the token is the key." Zola nodded, a calm smile on her face. "And we're the ones chosen to follow it, to keep it alive." As the trio absorbed the revelation, the underground chamber trembled. A voice echoed through the walls, low, commanding, and filled with warning. "The pulse can guide you, but shadows will always chase it. Protect it, or the city will fall." The heartbeat of Kiwana had revealed itself. Now the real challenge was only beginning. The golden token's pulse grew urgent, thrumming through Taye's hand like a warning. Kiwana's underground heartbeat had revealed its secrets, but with knowledge came danger. The shadows that had followed them from the rooftops now surged toward the chamber, dark and restless, their forms flickering like smoke in the token's light. Kiwa's copper-toned skin shimmered as she leapt forward, deflecting one of the shadows with a burst of energy she didn't know she had. "They're everywhere," she shouted, her eyes wide but fierce. "We have to move." Zola's fingers flew over the token, projecting a sequence of light patterns that repelled some shadows. Her deep almond eyes, focused and calm, scanned the chamber for openings. "The pulse, we have to sync with it perfectly. One mistake and they'll overrun us." Taye's sharp cheekbones shadowed in the golden glow as he adjusted his stance. Every mural, Every rhythm he'd seen now guided him. We've come this far together. Trust the pulse. Trust each other. The shadows advanced, twisting and shifting, blocking every exit. But the trio moved in harmony, steps and beats perfectly timed with the golden token. Kaya dodged and fainted. Zola projected blinding sequences of light, and Taye led them through hidden pathways revealed by the pulse. A massive shadow surged, larger than the others, its eyes glowing with dark intent. It lunged at Taye, but he sidestepped, slamming the token onto the floor. A shock wave of golden light exploded, sending the shadow retreating, dissipating into harmless smoke. Breathing heavily, the trio regrouped. The chamber was quiet again, the pulse of Kiwana steady but alert. They had faced the shadows, and survived. Kaya smiled, adrenaline still racing. We're ready. Whatever comes next, we can handle it. Zola nodded. The heartbeat is ours to protect. But the city isn't done testing us yet. The underground trembled once more, hinting at the climax waiting above. The final confrontation that would determine the fate of Kiwana itself. The city of Kiwana trembled above and below as Taye, Kaya, and Zola ascended from the underground. Neon lights flickered in panic across rooftops, and a low rumble echoed through the streets. The golden token pulsed furiously in Taye's hand, guiding them toward the heart of the city, the central plaza, where all rhythms converged. Shadows swirled around them, thicker and more menacing than ever, as if the city itself had awakened its defenders. Kaya's copper-toned skin glimmered under the neon and golden glow, her bright eyes fierce. This is it. We can't let them take the pulse. Zola projected the token's rhythm outward, forming a dome of light that pushed back the shadows, each beat synchronized with the city's heartbeat. Her calm, soulful gaze never wavered, focusing on the sequence that would save their home. Taye's sharp cheekbones set in determination. His almond-shaped eyes scanned the plaza, the murals, the rooftops. Every detail mattered. He raised the token high, releasing its energy into the city. Streams of golden light shot along the streets, illuminating murals and rooftops, connecting music, art, and life. The massive shadow from before surged at them one last time, its form twisting and dark. But the trio moved as one. Taye's precision, Kaya's agility, Zola's rhythm, syncing perfectly with the pulse. The golden token flared, exploding in a wave of light that disintegrated the shadow completely, scattering it into harmless sparks that danced across the cityscape. The city fell silent, yet alive in a new way. The heartbeat of Kiwana, once hidden, now resonated visibly across every mural, street, and rooftop. The trio looked at one another, exhaustion and triumph on their faces. Kaya lauget, eshilaratet. We did it. The city is alive and we kept the pulse. Zola smiled softly, adjusting her headphones. The rhythm chose us, and we honored it. Taye held the golden token close, feeling its warmth, and gazed at the horizon. This is only the beginning. The city has stories yet to tell, and we'll be there to listen. Above them, the neon lights pulsed in harmony with the token. Kiwana had survived, united, and alive. The rhythm of destiny was theirs, and theirs to protect.